Hey, how's it going, people? This is Carlos. Thanks for watching my video. I'm gonna go ahead and show you step by step on what I did and how I did it, installing a above ground pool with my pad also, from start to finish. Okay, let me take you over here real quick. Okay, my wife bought this pool from Sam's. It's a 18 footer. The diameter is best way pool, power steel. Okay, is 18 feet all around, from one side to the other side. Now, okay, when you start, you're gonna have to build your pad. Now, what I did, I formed me a 20 foot by 20 foot square. You can see right here. So from one corner to the other corner is 20 foot, and it goes 20 foot that way is a square. Now, the reason I did that, because I didn't want the sand and the soil to slide off when it rained a lot. That way this form will hold the sand and dirt and soil all together. I won't have to keep buying sand and stuff like that to fill it up again. So that's what I did. Okay, now I used a lot of almost all this wood is pallet wood. That's a lot of wood I had in the garage. Now, if you don't have access to pallet woods and stuff like that, so you're gonna have to buy your 2x4s and form it up. Again, it's 20 foot by 20 foot. Okay. Now, what I didn't do, I ordered the sand before I did the form. So that's a big no-no. So the best way for you to do it, just form up. If you're gonna form it up with wood, form it up first. That way, let me show it right here. That way you find out where's your low spot and how low it is. See, over here in the front, it's three inches, and at the back is 9 inches. So I ordered the sand from my calculation was a 20 foot by 20 foot and 3 inch, depth. So I was short on sand, so I had to fill all that up. But I found out, where I get my sand at, and I found out how much was by the way, I got masonry sand. So I found out how much was masonry sand compared to mixed soil, and the mixed soil was cheaper. So what I did, I bought mixed soil dirt, and I filled it up all the way to the 2x6, on top of the 2x6, all that. Then I compacted. Now I bought me a hand tamper where you do it manually, just tamper the sand down and the dirt, or you can rent it's called a metal plate tamper. Usually I call it a sand tamper, just a machine that does it by itself. So I put the mixed soil to the top of the 2x6, then I filled up on the 2x4 all the way to the top. I filled up masonry sand. They say you got to use masonry sand because it's a little bit more finer than playground sand, so that's what I did. Okay, after I did that, I leveled everything out. I used a 2x4 with the level on there. I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick how I did it. Let's see if you can see me. So I'll show some of this gravel right here. I don't know if you can see me because of the sun. Okay, now get you a 2x4. Might be a 8 footer, and what you want to do, put the 2x4 flush to your 2x4 and put the level on there, and make sure it's level, and just screed your sand. You can do the dirt also to put it on your 2x6 over there and screed it until it's level. Then you tamper it. Now you put the level again if it needs to raise up, and pretty much it will need to raise up, because once you tamper it, it goes down about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then you throw your dirt again and tamper it until it stays level. Then you throw your masonry sand and you do the same thing. You level it and you tamper it. It's gonna go down, like I said, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then you fill it back up and you do it again. So you do one end, you keep going like this, screed it. Now you go to the other side and you do the same thing, then you do the middle. Okay? That's the easiest way to level your pad. Okay, once you level your pad, what I did, I got my wife to put this together. You know, these poles connected to the T just by itself. So, you know, and then I put it on the pad. That way I'll make sure where my, okay, once I did that, then I put that ring on the bottom. That way I know where my, patio concrete pads to go. Let me try to show you real quick. They're 12, it's 1 foot. Let me see if I can show you. They are buried. It's 1 foot by 1 foot. The little, man, I forgot what they're called. They're patio, the little concrete squares. So I measured where the T's were going to be and the bottom. So I did a template 1 foot by 1 foot where the legs were going to be, and I dug the sand, the thickness of the of those cement squares. So I did it on all the T's, because the T's were in the bottom. So I did 1 foot by 1 foot, 1 foot where the legs were going to be, 1 foot by 1 foot, and I dug that square out, and I put those. Let me go ahead and show you real quick. Man, I can't remember those. The name of that. Get you over here real quick. These right here. This right here. This is 12 inches by 12 inches. It's so I dug up the thickness of this. Like I said, where all the legs were gonna go, and then I put those concrete blocks in there. Okay, once I put those concrete blocks in there, then I put the fabric on. Now there's two different fabrics, and I went to Home Depot. There's two different kinds of fabrics. They got this black one. It's like light duty. Now they got this gray one. You know, I bought after that. Right here, if you can see, is gray. That's heavy duty. So try to get you that gray one. It's more tougher, because that black one tears pretty quick. So yeah, I rolled it. I bought the 100 foot. I should have bought the 200 foot. So I rolled it. It's 100 feet by 4 feet. So I rolled it, and I rolled it like that. Then I rolled it the opposite way. Okay, and then after that, then I started putting the pool. So I put the pool up, then put the ring around it with the legs and everything. Make sure all my legs were on those 1 foot by 1 foot concrete little blocks. Okay, then after that, then I start pouring the water. Once I started pouring the water, you know, just make sure the water maybe I'll say about 2 inches all the way around the pool. That way you can go in there and stretch the pool with your feet. Now what I did, just say it was wrinkled over there, I just jumped on the edge of the bottom of the edge of the pool and used my feet to push the pool that way. Now while you're doing that, you know, fixing all the wrinkles on the bottom of your foot, get somebody out here to make sure those legs are still, you know, centered on those blocks, concrete blocks. Because if they're not, and if you keep moving the pool, the pool's gonna move, you know, on one side, and wherever you're moving it to, the other side, the legs are gonna get off the blocks. Now what I should have done, I should have just not dug the hose for the blocks. I should have just put the blocks on top of the sand. You know, that's my mistake there. So that's what I should have done. It would have been better. You know, that way, if you do need to move the blocks, you know, they won't be buried. You can move them like that. You know, if they're exposed. Anyways, you're gonna be able to cover them with the gravel. You know, I still would have been able to cover them with the gravel. So that's one mistake I did. You know, I should have done. But still, you know, if it moves off the blocks, I can just buy some more blocks and put them on top. You know, have 2 blocks. So again, if I would have done it again, I would have just, you know, put the blocks on top of the sand. Okay. Then after you pull your pool up, like I said, you're gonna fill it up. You're gonna take off all the wrinkles. Now, while your pool's filling, now you can start connecting your pump. You know, get your pump ready. Again, it's real easy. Instruction says it's just A. You got an A right here, and you got your B here, and you got your B over here. It connects to these 2 hoses. This hose connects to your little pump right here, and this is your actual pump, and it connects from up here to it says C right here. Okay, now here's the closed cap. You close it. Now the filter, you got to fill up. It has a tube in there with the level. It says minimum and max. That's where you fill up your sand. What I did, I think they sell bags, you know, those sand pool for the filter. I used masonry sand because I was, you know, I had some left over, so I just used that. It's been working pretty good. Okay, now you can start your pool. Now you can put your pool on the ground or, you know, on your pad. But I just built this little thing again with pallet wood. If you can see, yeah, I just put it flush to the form. I just built me a little pad there, you know, just like that. Now here, my wife bought this skimmer because she was watching a lot of videos. She said, you know, it's a good investment to buy a skimmer. Now what it does, the pump is sucking the water. You can see here real quick. See, it sucks the water in. See all that beetles and leaves. It sucks it in there. So that's the filter. It sucks it in there, and it goes to the pump. Now I left that other hose there, but it's blocked. So there's no water. You know, nothing sucks. There's nothing sucking it. The only thing is sucking is that water, that hose, back to that hose. Now these hose don't, because I put a plug. I left that plug in there. If you can see, there's a plug, and on the other side, it has the plug too. So it sucks it up, it filters, and it throws it back into A. Okay, the way I put the skimmer in, the best way is put this thing on with the face plate also. Don't put your gasket in there. You know, wait. It's pretty easy. You just what I did. I just put the screw in there. I screw it with the screwdriver, and it goes through the through the vinyl of the through the liner of the pool. And what I did, let me try to show you. Look, I put it flush to this brown thing. So I put it on there, and I just started screwing the screw, and it did the hole itself. So I did it on the 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And then I aligned the hose that this has with the screws, and I just tighten it up. Now once you tighten it up, then you can get you a razor blade. You know, that's what I use, the razor blade. And I just cut all around the circle, you know. And then I took everything back off. Then I put the gasket, and then I put everything back again the same way, and it came out perfect. You see? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, before I go, you know, show you this real quick. Now, what I did, I was trying to figure out what else to put on top, you know, on top of the dirt, because, like I said, my fabric was exposed. All this was exposed, and you know, some of the stuff wasn't grabbing because I screwed it. I had screwed the fabric with screws. I was trying to use staples. Staples didn't work, so I dead screws, but I seen it that it wasn't tough, you know. So what I did, I bought me a 2x6 treated wood from Home Depot, and I just ripped them in half, like those. I ripped them in half. Now it's cheaper buying 2x6s and rip them in half than buying 2x4s, you know, treated. So that's what I did. I bought 2x6s. I bought 3 of them and ripped them in half, and they fit all around my whole thing. So if you can see, I just put it on there and I just screwed it that way. Because I bought some gravel. As you can see, I bought some gravel and I just went flush. Again, I used the 2x4 with the level, and I flushed all my gravel, so everything's even. If you can see, everything's even around, all around. So that gravel is gonna hold my fabric in place. Okay, and then that repped 2x6 is gonna hold my gravel from not falling off. Okay, all right. Now what I did over here, the gravel was here. At first it was sand. My kids kept getting the pool dirty because they kept stepping on the sand. The fabric kept flopping off, and they'll step on the sand, and then there was a lot of sand on the steps. I mean on the ladder inside the pool. So when I threw the gravel again, it was just a big mess. So what I did, again, these are pallet wood. These are 2x6s, and I just made a little pad. Again, just to the edge of the ladder. That's it. Just there where the kids can step and climb. They won't, you know, dirty the pool, dirty their feet and stuff like that. Okay, so that's what I did. Okay, now over here, I was trying to. Okay, I should have did this first. So wherever you're gonna set your pool, make sure your pump cord is gonna reach your outlet. Okay, now if you can see over here, I have my outlet right here by my door. That was my big thing when I installed everything, and then I was installing the pump. I was like, man, I hope that extension, that the cord reaches my outlet. Okay, so it did. So now what I did, I didn't want the whole cord to be exposed. You know, the dog might bite it, chew it, or, you know, destroy it. The kids might trip over and keep pulling it and drop the pump and stuff like that. So what I did, I just put it through a PVC. This is 3/4 PVC. Now, I know a little bit about electrical, you know, and carpentry and stuff like that. So those skills came in handy. So what I did, I was gonna I opened this cover to see if it was difficult, take off the wires from this cord, you know, was connected. That way I can pass my cord through the PVC. Now so it wasn't it was pretty hard to take off one of the wires. So what I did, I tried it over here, same thing. So over here was easier, because all I did was I took off this little plate, and then there was 3 wires, black, green, and white, and I just took them off, and I took this off, and I started running my PVC through the wires. You know, I started running my wire through the PVC. So I measured it. You know, I bought some PVC 3/4. I measured the distance there, and I bought me a 90. Then I measured the distance there, bought me a 90. As I was putting it piece by piece, I was putting it through the wire. Now, where I messed up, it's here. This 90 right here, gluing it together. This side of the 90. The rest of them, I didn't glue. I just put it in there. That way, if my pump goes out or something happens, you know, I can just disconnect it from there, the wire, and start pulling all the PVC out. You know, that's where, like I said, I can't pull that out because it's stuck, it's glued, and there. So I'm gonna have to cut that, figure out how I'm gonna cut that, and yeah. Now I put I made some stakes there, and there. I had bought some little 3/4 clamps. That way I can hold the PVC together. You can see, hold the PVC together. It won't move. And that's it. That's what I did. It just, like I said, just to protect the cord. Now here, I don't like this. You know, I told my wife. I mean, it's probably good, but I don't like it because you know, if it rains, the wind be blowing the water this way. I don't want it to get wet or water go through here, you know, and wet it and trigger the GFCI. So what I'm probably gonna do, I'm gonna see at Home Depot if they have a cover this. You know, if they don't, I'm just gonna go ahead and build me a wooden box. You know, two sides with the top and the bottom, and buy a gasket that goes around, or just caulk it. Okay, just from up here and caulk it, and maybe a cover here with the hinge to open. So don't know, you know, what I'm gonna do, but I want to cover it, you know, just to be on the safe side. I don't want for it to get wet, GFCI jumps, or mess up the pump. So that's it, you know. Hopefully this video is helpful. If you had any questions, just put it in the comments below. All right, that's it for this video. To the next one, this is Carlos, and I'm out. Peace.